Hey everybody. So I got a bit of a different project today. It is back on the truck, but I'm going to take a stab at making a dash cover. These Dodges are notorious for cracking, and this has got the original dash, so I don't want it to crack. So here's where we're at. With these, you don't want any bright colors up there on the dash because it will reflect right off the windshield. So I'm using a little bit of CAD right here for my template. That's cardboard assisted design. So once I get that all done, I'll transfer it onto this kind of wool-like material. And this will be what you see. As you can see, it's kind of a muted gray, leaning towards the dark side. No pun intended there. I've got enough to do 2 layers on this, but I'm throwing around the idea of putting some insulation in between the 2 layers just to absorb some of the engine sound and of course reflect some of the heat. I don't plan on leaving this truck out in the sun much, but we do travel, and if we pull our travel trailer, it'll inevitably be out in the sun. So that's where we're at. It's kind of hard to film in here, but I'm just working my way through, cutting out the little angles. I'll have to cut out the defrost fence. I'm using a couple tools here. So a pair of scissors, obviously, and I'm using my trusty paint roller to kind of press down the contours of the dash, if you will. And of course some tape, because I just have some miscellaneous cardboard, so I've got to tape it all together. So it seems like a pretty simple job. Once I get the template done, like I said, I'll transfer it over to this, cut that out, and do a little bit of sewing. So I'll bring you back as we go through this process. And sure, you can buy one of these on Amazon for, I don't know, probably $100 or so. If that's the route you want to take, by all means. I just enjoy making stuff. So, and this fabric was not $100. I'll have to ask my wife what it was, how much it was, but if she got it on sale, I think it was like $5 a yard or something. We got 2 yards here, so I want to say it was like $10 to $20. So I know time is money, but I've got the time, and this is kind of a hobby of mine. Okay, let me make some progress, and I'll bring you back. Good morning, everybody. So it's another chilly one outside today. It was like 45 degrees yesterday, so I was outside working. Today it's literally 6 with the wind chill -11. So Arctic blast, right? No worries, I always have stuff to do. I'm back on my dash mat cover for my truck. I just kind of want to give an update. So I went ahead and, with the assistance of cardboard, made kind of a template, which worked out pretty good, gave me my general feel. However, it's real hard to, I guess, anticipate or bring out the contours of that dash. I did my best around the bevel of the steering wheel, above the steering wheel. So I did that the best I could with cardboard. But really what worked the best is I took that cardboard rough template and I transferred it to some of this material that my wife just happened to have kind of laying around, and this worked great. I was able to lay this in there on top of the dash and really get the vent holes, because it's somewhat transparent. It's translucent, really. I wish it would have been 100% transparent, but I got a rough estimate of the vent holes, and I got enough hanging off to the edge on the sides, so it'll go between the door and the dash, kind of help secure it in there. And then I was able to transfer this to actual felt type of material. I mean, it looks like it's made for auto, so it's like auto upholstery stuff, but it's fairly thin and easy to work with. So I'll show you that now. Okay, so as I was saying, I used this somewhat translucent material, and I put it onto this material, and this looks very nice in there. I'm very happy with how it turned out. And like I mentioned before, if you're going to do this, and I would encourage you to do it. I mean, get away from the whole consumption model and get back to creating. We used to do that, and I very much enjoy it. It really feeds my soul. So yeah, I mean, just get your hands busy and do stuff. So I transferred this to here. When I did, I had kind of toyed with the idea of putting some insulating material in here, maybe even some of that sound editing, but I don't really want the sun to kind of cook that and melt through here. And what I did off camera, but I took I guess it's my firewall or my cowl cover off, and I deadened that and I sound insulated that, and that helped with engine noise quite a bit coming through. Oh, I also put some sound insulation in the underneath the hood of the truck. That helped as well. So that helps with the engine noise right there coming through that dash. So I abandoned that idea of putting some sort of insulation in between these layers. I actually have 2 layers of this, and it's all pinned together now. Yeah, now the next step is just to sew it. I'm going to go ahead and sew it around the perimeter, and then I'm going to serge around the perimeter, which will close up these the end seams. So I'll take you along to that too. I know how to sew. I am no professional. My wife actually knows a lot more than I do. So I have learned from her a couple things here and there. And so I'll probably tap into that resource as I'm going through this. Right at first, the first step is just to put a nice, simple stitch around the edge. So I can take out all these pins, and then I can run it through the serger and close up that edge. It'll look real nice and professional. And then, I don't know if it's coming up on camera, but this section right here, I really need some sort of V because it's got a steep, I guess, incline. This kind of goes up and over the steering wheel console area, and then comes down, and this is the glove box. So we're thinking that we might be able to stretch this and make it look pretty good. But worst case scenario, we'll cut out a V here and we'll serge it, or we'll put in some material. So I'll show you all that too as we walk through that. Okay, so I went ahead and went around the perimeter with just a single stitch, just because I want to be able to serge it without these needles or these pins in there, and I'm not the most skilled sewer. So now we'll move on to the serger and show you what that's going to look like. Where's that example? Okay, I'm all set up with the serger, and this is an example of how it's going to clean up that edge. And I'm using that gray. Now, I did notice with the single stitch, I did a practice. You can really see it, and I'm not really liking that. We'll see what it looks like when I'm done. If I have to, I'll come back and remove that single stitch. Okay, so I need to get the hang of this. I started off really well there, but then I think I fed the fabric too far to the left. Now all these loops are coming off the edge. So I gotta spend some time, take this all back out so I can redo it. So I corrected my mistake, took out the stitch, and again, this is what I'm after, that nice finished looking edge. And I started off real well, first couple of inches, and then, yeah, I just got too fast, so I gotta take my time. Okay, so I got the perimeter all serged, way better this time. Just took my time, and as I got more comfortable, it became easier. Now, with these vent holes, my wife informed me that I cannot run them through the serger, so I'm going to try to do some sort of zigzag stitch around these. So I'll bring you back when I get that set up. Okay, so I went ahead and played around with the sewing machine, tried a bunch of different kind of zigzag stitches, and I'm gonna go with this one here. I don't know if you can see that or not, but I like that one, so let's do it. Okay, so it's not easy, but I do think it turned out pretty nice. That's kind of what it looks like. It's getting in there at all. So it's not quite serged like a serger does, but I think it looks pretty nice. And it'll kind of lay down those edges, because when the defrost kicks on, I didn't want it, opening this up and blowing air in there. So that should lay quite nice. So we'll just keep on going to the next one. Okay, got all the holes done. Now it's just a matter of taking it up and fitting it. Hoping this is going to be heavy enough to where I don't have to use any Velcro or any fasteners or anything like that. So let's go see what it looks like. So I'm fitting it in here, and I really like the fit. It's looking nice. I kind of want to do something up here. Maybe I'll take the iron after that. But then right here is where I need to kind of work out something. There's this big, I guess, decline here, and not really liking that. So either got to stretch this out or cut it and sew something in. Other than that, I really like it. And I was wrong. My wife actually only paid a little over $5 a yard for this, and I could actually make almost 2 of these with the amount of yards she got, or amount of fabric she got, and I doubled this up. So I think this is going to stay put. I'm going to get my keys and turn on the defrost full blast, see how that looks. I'll be right back. All right. Defrost is on full blast. It is shaking a little bit over here, so some air is getting under there. I'll have to do something about that. But not much. There we go. So I think I just gotta fit it better. So yeah. Pretty happy about that. Kind of going for a theme here. I got gray seat covers, and then I went ahead and made these visor extenders. So when you're driving and stuff, you just pull these over, and made that with some old ACU fabric or uniforms. All right. So I'm gonna work on this a little bit, see what I can do. That's it. I really hope you enjoyed this. I hope it inspires you to create rather than buy. You can do it. Just get the material, get the tools. With YouTube nowadays, then if I see it, I can do it. And I hope you kind of feel the same way, and this inspires you to go create something. Alright, we'll catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching.